Yeah, CCG and GV look really, really good here. CCJ and GV. It's like main energy. Oh my god, I can't speak today. It's mainly energy stocks that look really strong. Wow, they crushed Apple. I actually kind of had a feeling they would. This thing got a little bit ahead of itself, coming down to the 8 EMA now. What do you think about CEG? I think that whole sector looks great. Like GV, CG, I think they're very similar stocks, but they all look very good. Like CG looks great. It's under the nuclear basket. But yeah, Oklo does look good too, guys. Is Steven good? Honestly, I didn't talk to him this morning, so not sure, but I'll definitely check up on him. Low-key PL kind of went. I don't know if anyone grabbed this thing. If Upwork breaks the 8 EMA here, I'm definitely taking this off on the runners. Not the follow through I wanted to see at all. That's the thing though with runners, right? Like sometimes you might have stocks that just go and never stop, like Rivian. And then sometimes you might have stocks like Upwork that just don't want to go higher for much longer. But it's always a risk worth taking. You lose maybe a little bit of profits by not taking the whole position off here, but sometimes the stocks will just go up forever. Nice. Frog is strengthening back up. Like to see that. PL was great off the morning. If CCJ could come back and retest, I might look to add this. Fucking GV's gone. Oh my gosh. Yeah, honestly knew this was worth a shot. This is just tough to get in. Like the contracts just suck. Tesla looks very strong too. I don't think there's like an entry on Tesla here though. I think an entry on Tesla, if it comes up to the top of the base and then kind of goes sideways and builds a flag, like that's the next entry on it. All right. Well, I officially got stopped out of the Apple runners and the Upwork runners, so we'll take that off our list. Now mainly just GS and Frog are like my bigger positions. So we'll focus on those and then see if there's anything else we can add. GV is kind of gonzo. Reddit off the 8 EMA is going to be a buy. Definitely watch that. Stock right here looks good too. TE. Market is selling a little bit more here. So do be careful. We have a little bit of ways to go down to the 8 EMA before we find any like tangible support. I honestly could see us sell all the way down to the 8 today. We need to, reset the momentum a little bit for new ads. I actually do like AVGO. Marvel does look nice. You're right about the 2 hammers right off the 8 EMA. That's pretty solid stuff. For CCJ, I'm looking at the January cons for the 100 call for January. See if we can form this like 5-minute flag here and then start, kind of pushing up. Frog still good to enter. I think it's slightly above where I bought it, so I would probably wait to try to buy it at my fill. But if you can get it at my fill, then yeah, it's so good. It's holding up really well. 8 EMA is kind of supporting it. It does move a little weird. I haven't traded this name before, so it's always a learning lesson about how like these type of stocks move. It's not very, very liquid. Bitcoin is kind of giving a little bit of the clues here of like the overall, weakness. It's starting to reject a little bit, fail high break, which is not amazing. Again, I don't expect like a massive sell-off off the spot, but it does make sense if we pull in a bit. UPS looks like a failed breakout today. If it doesn't hold the 8 EMA, it's probably going to start selling down to like the 50. Took GV comments on your recommendation on the trick word. Nice, dude. Yeah, I'm not sure if the market has enough momentum for this to really get moving, but eventually this thing will start moving. Like the weekly's so nice on it. Poet, yeah, this is a good one to watch. It just had the wedge pop. A lot of stocks look like this. If you look at like Serve, RR, they all kind of wedge popped, and now they're setting up the right side of the base. Always remember though, after the big move up, you have to wait for the base, and then you just play like the base and break, and that's a massive, really good setup. Yeah, PL is acting special today for sure. It's definitely acting really good. Had a really nice setup. It's gonna have to get through like 12.5 to really get moving with any like authority. Looks great. Rivian is acting incredibly special today. Honestly, I'm just considering slamming some like February or March calls and just calling it a day on Rivian. This thing looked like it wants to like rock and roll. No, I'm not. I'm like not talking right now. I was just typing. Rocket will be a buy off the 8. Yeah, I agree. This actually looks like it's about to set up for the buy soon. I think Rocket and Reddit are buyable off the 8 EMA. Reddit's still not at the 8-day for me. You sure? Still off of it. But soon, yeah. Yeah, Rivian's reversing hard. This is why you don't top last. This is why we wait for the 8 EMA to buy. Arrow's strong. Yeah, dude. ASTS is a beast. This thing's like 3 days in a row, just super, super strong. The weekly looks great on it. Yeah, RKLB is lagging a little bit. Holy dude, this looks insane. BBAI. BBAI might be the one. Let's bring this one up to the list. Yeah, I mean, overall today, not a ton of like big selling, but obviously the momentum is resetting a little bit, which is good. That's healthy. We can't go up, every single day on stuff. A few names are still holding up well, which is good. But overall, the market is a little bit frothy and choppy today, which again makes total sense considering how much we've moved recently. These are the type of days where I don't want to rush anything, right? We're in good positions. FROG is holding up. GS is holding up. You don't have to rush stuff. If something does set up and you see some good strength, then definitely can take it. But with the fact that the market's probably going to want even, deeper pullback here, you don't have to rush into many things. Definitely really like CCJ though. I love how it's holding up in the flag here. I don't like Google off the 8-day personally, guys. I mean, if you look at the weekly, I mean, you're literally buying like a stock that's I don't even know how extended off the weekly 50. I mean, it's so extended, I think it needs to pull back more. But just my observation, guys. ASTS setup, yeah, this looks great. I mean, not buyable at this point, but if it, crosses back into the EMA, sets up, looks great. FedEx, nice hammer. Just bought BBAR shares yesterday. I mean, it looks really sick. It might wedge pop today. I might join you on some shares actually, depending on the contracts. Yeah, BBAI looks sick. Bro, Will's playing SPX 0DTs. Is he losing his mind or what? Isn't the 8 EMA resistance on BBAI? Well, not anymore. I mean, it's flipping it. Look, right? Like the moving averages went flat. Now it's breaking above. Buying some BBAI shares for a share swing. Can get contracts on it, but again, this is like an ONDS. It just has such a high ADR. Don't really need it. The buy point on BBAI was the break of the 50 EMA, so I'm playing this as kind of like a wedge pop here. Look at how much volume this thing is getting. The good thing with shares is we could just sit in this for a while and just let it work. Oh yeah, I meant the Jan 16. Yeah, that's what I meant. If you're gonna buy contracts though, try not to chase it at this point. I mean, it's gonna be so extended. Try to buy it closer to like the breakout that it just had. 6.3-ish. I got filled on my shares at like 6.35. Yeah, LAC looks good too. Does look good. It's kind of undercutting the EMAs, which I like. If it starts to kind of pop out the flag, it could be a good buy. I would probably get LAC shares too if I was getting a position on it. CoreWeave needs a bit more time, I think, to build out the bottom. Bull doesn't look the worst, actually. I mean, it's trying to build out the bottom here. The weekly is still like super, downtrendy and weak, but it's kind of trying to build something. Quantum looks pretty good too. Um, yeah, I mean, IONQ looks pretty good here. It does have a ton of resistance above, like 53, but looks pretty good. It kind of looks like the quantum stuff's bottoming. CG looks great too. This is a nuclear stock. A lot of like the old themes are kind of moving well today. If you guys have noticed, like aerospace, batteries, quantum, drones, the stuff that was kind of weak a few weeks ago, kind of making a little bit of a comeback, it seems. Oscar actually looks good. It's setting up on the right side here after the EP. LAC is a wedge pop. It would have to get through the 50 again to like be considered one. Someone about RGTI calls. I could see why. I mean, I don't love trading these when there's like a ton of resistance above with the moving averages, but like this is like a mini inverse head and shoulders. It's got a nice kind of bottoming sequence. So I could kind of see the idea. It's not my favorite though. I'd prefer the stock to get through the moving averages like BBAI. The pop through the moving averages to me is usually more sustainable. All right, I'm gonna grab some CCJ 100 calls here, guys, for January 16. I like 2.9-ish. I like the way that it's curling out. This one's right off our focus list. It built the 5-minute flag. It held the trigger. Looks great. Yeah, energy stocks just look so good. That's why I really like CCJ out of like everything else. I just want an energy stock. You can kind of tell today, like they're just buying up energy, like GV, TE. BE is still shaping up. I think this needs a bit more time, but I think eventually we'll definitely buy BE too. LEU is strong. Like, yeah, all the energy stocks, CG. Nice pop here on CCJ. I actually bought right here when it was breaking out of the 5-minute flag, which is why I was buying it. Started seeing some good volume. Usually when I miss the original entry here, I usually like to buy like the next kind of flag that sets up instead of like buying in the chop. So that way, like, you know, we can get quick cushion on stuff. Cause already like I have 10% cushion on the trade. Wow, this thing's ripping. Holy. Yeah, some targets for this. I'm looking at 94, 93.14, and then 94 up into these like resistance levels there. Planet Labs also kind of doing the same thing as CCJ. If the market wasn't so weak, I'd probably take both of these, but I don't have a ton of profits on Frog. And like the CCJ position, so I don't really want to have a ton of risk in case, just in case of like a market rug pull or something. Not saying that it will happen, but I always like to kind of make sure that a few of my initial positions have like a big like cushion on them before I add new ones. Kind of called like progressive exposure. But yeah, PL looks good too. It's doing the same exact thing that CCJ did. It like broke out, held the retest, and then now it's flagging. I actually really like when stocks do this. When I miss the first entry, like that's always a good re-entry spot for me. Just keep in mind, right? You want to catch it like right here, not like when it's like, you know, making the new high, because then you're kind of chasing a bit. But if you catch it like right here, usually a very good entry point. RGTI looks really good. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like, guys, like a lot of the previous themes, like, you know, uranium, energy, AI, robotics are all waking up today while the rest of the market kind of chills out, which is great. Really nice rotation, but that's kind of where my eyes are at. Like I'm only really looking at these type of stocks because like that's where the momentum is today. Like aerospace stocks, like when these used to run, right? Their momentum's kind of coming back into these type of stocks, it seems. How many shares do I usually trade for shares? It's just a percentage of my account. So it's like 3% of my account for the trade. So the shares will vary depending on the account size. Wow, BBAI guys looks like it can absolutely explode. It doesn't have a lot of volume, which is what I'd like to see come in next. But like, guys, look at the weekly on BBAI. I think shares was definitely the move. Does the watch sale rule affect how you trade commons as far as moving in and out of stocks? Yeah, that's usually why I also really like to trade options, is because every single option is a different technically a different like investment vehicle. But keep in mind, right? Wash sales are only for losers, and we don't do a lot of losing here. So, so far the last 4 years have been green, so I haven't really had to worry about it much. Especially like on the tail end of the year, like when I'm already up so much, up over 600% on my account, like I'm not really worried about it. LAC does look pretty good here. This could be a good share buy, guys. I think LAC could also be a good share buy. Here comes the volume on BBAI. Look at this thing. Looks like a rocket ship. On LAC, I would just get shares. Let's say about 3% on shares BBAI, and if it dips below, you will average. Would you become? So is that okay, right? I mean, I don't average on shares on like share swings, Rogue. I only average down on like long-term investments, but I like differentiate the trade, right? Like for me, a swing share position is like just like any other, swing. So I never average those down. A DCA is only until like a stock that I want to hold for like the long term. Um, Market's holding up pretty well, and a lot of the stocks that we got into are kind of pushing. Like BBAI is going really nicely. CCJ's pushing. Frog is coming back up. Wow, PL was a fucking ripper. I mean, this is a good one to study. Remember what I said? When it forms the right side of the base above the trigger, you could buy it right here too. What a move. Wow. Goldman Sachs new all-time high. I think GV was honestly the one. We should have bought GV. This one looks good too. DOCN looks pretty nice. Guys, this is such a healthy market. Like even when the market, even when QQQ and SPY start to pull back, notice how they're just rotating money into like the high beta again. So like Oklo is running LEU, but like the indices are just kind of standing still. That's such a healthy move because the indices aren't getting too ahead of themselves, but money is flowing. And because a lot of these are smaller cap companies, they're not really moving the market. Wow, look at BE, guys. BE looks sick. EOSC also looks kind of nice. I know this one was like a one that we were watching for a while. It is kind of starting to kind of like set back up. Yeah, IO and Q ended up breaking out. It doesn't help though that the market is weak. I will say that. Obviously, if the market was stronger today, a lot of these would be like absolutely ripping. But this just looks like rotation. A lot of money is going out of you know, the big tech companies like Apple, Amazon, Google, which is dragging down the indices, but it's going into some of the high beta stuff. um Oscar double inside day. Yeah, Oscar looks good. This is another small cap stock. Honestly, Oscar off this level here might work like right now. CLSK wedge break. This doesn't have a ton of momentum though. I think ONS might just go inside today, but it will set up for tomorrow. That's on Celsius. I wouldn't touch it. Too weak. There's so many better names right now. Like I would way rather trade like BE right now. Like look at this thing. USAR, yeah, it's also curling out. This is what I'm saying. Like Quad U, USAR, LAC, like they're all telling us they're one of bottom. CCJ, of course, we're already in this one. Holy shit, CCJ is ripping. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Is it okay to front run on inside days on ONS? I mean, what do you mean by is it okay? That's a very general question, you know? Is it something that I would take? Maybe with small size. I think the setup looks good. Like, is it okay general though? Like, what do you mean? Like, is the probability high? Like, what's the question on that? Because like it's just kind of pretty general for lower premiums. I mean, yeah, if you like the setup and you're using the low of day stop or like the 8 EMA as a stop, it's a good trade. I mean, it's a good setup. Nothing wrong with it. CRM coming back, DJ ripping, path is ripping. These are all post like earnings setups. I usually wait a few days for like the earnings to digest. Holy shit, guys. BBAI is like absolutely ripping. My goodness. If you would have just bought anything off the focus list today, you would have made a crap ton of money. Except for AMGN, but that one didn't trigger, so technically there was no buy on that. Reddit right off the 8 EMA, wow. Okay, Rivian's gonna give us that roll. It's gonna give us that roll. I'm not gonna miss it. Trust me, I'm not gonna miss it. It's gonna give us that roll. 100%. CCJ, I want 94 for the first trim. It is up like 20% at this point, but I have JanCon, so no reason to take it off too early. This thing's just getting started. If you guys got in BBAI, I would probably also target like at least 7.3. I think Rocket and Reddit are going to be good buys off the 8 EMA. That's kind of what I'm watching on those. BE is one that I definitely want to potentially get into as well. ONDS with the inside day looks good. Tesla's not buyable right now, so I'm probably going to say it needs more tightening. CLSK has a nice flag. NBIS is getting close to becoming viable too. This guy has like a nice potential wedge pop forming. We'll add this one to our list. I'm just kind of narrowing down my list because I have so many different stocks that I kind of want to narrow things down. Jobby looks great for a wedge pop. This thing GSAT's already kind of gone, so I'm going to take it off my list. DQ2 choppy. Coin under the moving averages. Oscar looks good too. We'll add this to our list.